And here we go with a follow-up video for the Mount the Coast T1. Oh boy. So I want to say we've been in this shoe for 3 weeks now with our summer 2025 with Mount the Coast. All the ones, P1, S1, R1, and of course the T1. This shoe continues to impress me. It is lightweight. It's maybe like the lightest trail shoe that I can recall in recent history. I don't have the official numbers, but I would be very interested in knowing how this stacks up, pun intended, to things like the Lone Peak, the Speed Goat. Those are the trail shoes that I have downstairs. I do have some crossover type shoes, but I feel like, this is trail and trail. Okay. So, I have been using this for the past 3 weeks, probably every day. I would say on average, at least 2 hours, like every day. And what I'm doing, and on the weekends, very much longer. We're talking like 4, 5, 6 hours at a time, but I digress. The point is, I'm trying to see how this shoe holds up to all that wear and tear. Okay, really trying to get a nice long-term review for the shoe here, and it will stay ongoing as long as the shoe holds up, and that is exactly what it's doing. What am I doing in the shoe? Well, chores. I'm doing chores, man. I've got we have a increasingly demanding and big garden. Yeah, I would consider it big, at least for what we're doing. We're out there doing something dirt related, something like heavy related with that. We've got a pretty decent sized yard, so there's stuff going on with there. As you can tell, there's a lot of wind here, so there's been a lot of tree repair and just stuff, right? A lot of stuff, but a lot of time on feet. And what I'm trying to do is be very intentional about those activities and try to kick it up a notch physically, right? Make some fitness out of it. If I gotta go from point A to point B, I jog or I run or whatever it is, and just get back and really try to get some running done while at the same time getting some jobs done. And it's all happening in this shoe here. So I would say that this is a very safety inspiring shoe in the way that it holds my foot over various unpredictable terrain and movement. Okay. And I'm thinking the variation of footfall for me, for the shoe, based on the terrain. You can't always predict, if there's going to be, say, like a pothole or something like that. But when that does happen, because it does, the heel of the runner actually does sit, fairly within the heel counter, or the midsole of the heel bevel of the shoe, to a degree that it wraps around the heel and it kind of cradles that area and really keeps it in a very safe and neutral space, while the shoe is just kind of bobbing and weaving around the foot, but the foot itself does not receive a ton of that exponential force that could perhaps lead to injury within reason, right? It's not going to prevent everything, but it does a good job at keeping the runner upright. And then as far as this Tune Fit here, that's the other piece I want to mention. So some things that I'm noticing with the Tune Fit, it's all good stuff, but here are my observations after nearly a month in the shoe, pretty much every day, is when you go to lace up, I usually don't have to do a ton with the forefoot piece here, but for the upper, what I find myself doing is I'll put the shoe on and then, cinch it a little bit, not like a little bit, but like cinch it, and then kind of knock the heel into the corner pocket of the shoe, and there's like a little bit more slack that happens, and then you can really kind of bring it down. Finding that proper tension for you is going to take some time, because it is very possible to go too far with this, and it does create that pinchy sensation. Okay. That said, I do enjoy the ability to adjust this on the fly. So I know that there's a lace garage, and this is a very, very important feature here, especially when, we're going to really get after some, expected long-term technical trails and that. But for me, whenever I'm just popping it on and I'm doing chore work, the practical piece of that is I need to get the shoe on, I need to get out, I need to do stuff. I don't take the time very much anymore to put the thing into the lace garage and all that, because I find that it takes a little bit of time. Once it's there, it's good. But we're bobbing and weaving here. So what I do is I take basically the length here and I pop it under this little guy here and just pull that, and then it just stays. And when it does that, it just kind of lays off to the side or this side here, but it's not noticeable. It's not flinging and dinging around, so it's not a big deal. But again, if I was having this on for a little bit more of that technical stuff, then I would do that, and it's not a big deal to do. Also, the other thing is whenever that forefoot feels needs a little bit more space, a little bit more breathability. I noticed that today for me. It was just simple, just pull on this, and then this opens up and gives me a little bit more space. So that's cool. Also, whenever the shoe is cinched down, this Tune Fit is super cool. It really keeps that shoe locked in, and it just feels great. It feels great. I love the upper. This upper has softened considerably since getting the shoe and running in it. It's been through dirt and dust and compost and manure and pool water and sweat and grass and everything else. Like I said, I am wearing this as much as humanly possible here. And it's softened up, and it feels really, really good. It's one of these shoes that I would encourage you to spend some time in, because as the hours and days are clicking by, the shoe and I are I hate to get romantical here, but thinking about a horse and the rider and how they become unified after a certain amount of time. That's what I feel like we're approaching here with this T1. I feel like I'm starting to understand the shoe. I don't have a ton of wiggle back and forth. It's now just an extension of my foot, and I don't have to think about it. That's the other thing is there's not really too much thought that has to go. And then whenever I go from standing and then walking and then doing that kind of stuff to up and moving, its ability just to kick up and go is remarkable. It's got snap. This light cell, I don't know what's going on with this light cell. This is some good stuff, but we got a P1, S1, R1, and there's light cell there. But this is a different beast altogether, man. The chemistry going on in this midsole here, this foam right here for this T1, if they decide to carry this forward for later iterations of their shoes, I will be happy as a pig. And you know what, man, because this stuff right here is the real deal. It's like a closed cell PEPA based foam. It's poppy. It doesn't absorb water. It's got so much energy to it. It's lively. It makes you want to get up and move. It's a very alive and can do. It's got a can do attitude. Okay, the shoe, the T1 in general, it's got a can do attitude. All right, and here we got the Vibram outsole here. I love this outsole, man. I love this outsole. I love these nubbins. I think that they're perfect depth. I love this cutaway here, how it's got some flexibility. I can feel this independent suspension kind of style. I love what's going on back here. I can feel again, the heel receiving the terrain and not really transmitting all that stuff up to me, man. All in one. Mount to Coast, you guys with this T1 have blown it away. This is dad approved. Can we make that a thing? Check. It's got the dad check mark approval, man. It's just take a look at the styling of this Dune colorway. I said cappuccino, I believe before, Cafe LA before, but it's technically Dune, and even down to the toe cap. It's not even a full quote unquote toe cap. It does what it's supposed to do. It protects the toes, but it's got this asymmetry kind of thing. Even the laces are not. You see that asymmetry to the laces there, and golly, man, this is a cool shoe. All right, I know I'm glad carrying on and on about it. What's the damage? What's going on? All right, let's talk shop here. Okay, I can't just preach on about the shoe and how great it is. There is starting to be some breakdown where the foam is exposed. See that? Boom and boom. Little crack there. So whatever it is you're running on can potentially puncture up into the foam. Okay, all right, and a little bit there. It's not that bad though. We're still good to go by all accounts. There is creasing of the foam, but guess what? That's probably what's going to happen whenever you're running the shoe a ton. But looks aside, it's certified dad shoe, man. It's certified get up and go. It's ChoreFit approved. It's all that. All right, that's what I got. So something cool. My daughter the other day, we were just, hanging out, chatting, and she made mention of wanting to go on a trail run with me. And I kind of filed that one away. I don't want to be pushy and everything, but inside I'm like, ooh, could it be? And asked her again tonight, and she's like, yeah, I want to go on a trail run with you. So, we got a lot going on now, but I definitely want to set that up. Maybe we'll get the dogs out there. I don't know how this is going to go. Anybody with young kids getting out there and running, let me know how that experience is, and just throw me some tips there. Okay, we do a little bit of stuff, but I'm thinking like more of like actually going to a place and like making it a thing. Okay, all right, everybody, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. The link for this shoe will be down in the description. I don't know if my discount code will count for the T1, but it does count for everything else. So that's there in case you need it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.